Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make is actually a very rich pound cake. This particular pound cake is going to use 6 eggs, and I know that sounds like a lot, but it makes for a very rich tasting cake, but not real heavy or dense. Now I do have another pound cake recipe video. You can check that out if you prefer to make one without as many eggs. But this one comes out, the texture and the taste, well, it's remarkable once you taste it. Okay, so let's get started. You can use your stand-up mixer as I am, or your hand. It really depends what you prefer. I'm going to start off by using 1½ cups of butter. I went ahead and cut them into small pieces because I think it's easier and faster to break them up and to cream the butter. So it's been at room temperature. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, and that shouldn't take you but a few minutes. Okay, while that's creaming, I'm going to raise it up just a little bit due to the video. Now you're going to use granulated sugar, and you're going to need 2½ cups of granulated sugar. And I'm just going to start slowly putting this in and creaming the butter with the sugar. And about medium speed. Okay, that was 2½ cups to 1½ cups of butter. Okay, and I'm just going to clean up the sides and get to the bottom here of my mixing bowl a little bit. Okay, all right, and we're going to beat that a little bit more. Okay. Next, you're going to need that ½ dozen of eggs, and I'm going to try to put one in at a time, and I've had the eggs also at room temperature. So once you've got the butter and the sugar really well combined, and it seems very light and very fluffy, that's when you start adding your eggs. So I'm going to put one in and beat that in. Second one, and I'm going to raise my speed a little bit. It really starts to come together and get very light and very fluffy. That's 3. And there's our 4th one. Our 5th. And our 6th. Our very last one. And again, I just want to make sure to clean the sides here a little bit and get to the bottom. And I'm going to beat it for just a little bit longer, but I'm going to put my vanilla in. And you're going to put in 1½ teaspoons of vanilla. And then again, just wait till it's combined, looks smooth, and very fluffy. Now in your dry ingredients, I'm going to show you what this looks like. Right, there you go. You can see that so far. All right. Now let's get our dry ingredients together. I put 3 cups of flour into my bowl. I'm also going to be putting in 3 teaspoons of baking powder. That was 3 teaspoons. And I'm also going to put ½ teaspoon of salt. And then with my spoon, I'm just going to stir this together. Okay. And you're also going to need 3/4 of a cup of milk. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start putting my dry in and beat it in. And then I'm going to put a little bit of milk and alternate it. until everything goes in. Push the button there. Okay, now we're going to put the rest of the flour in, and then the rest of our milk. The milk was 3/4 of a cup. And now I'm just going to turn my speed up. Make sure everything is combined. And it shouldn't take you very long. Okay. And I'm going to take my panel out here. And then I'm going to show you the batter. I don't like to over beat this batter because I'm always worried that it's going to become, you know, tough and heavy, and I don't want this to be real dense. So now you have this beautiful velvety batter, as you can see. Okay, and you're going to need a pan, of course. And I'm going to be using, I usually use traditionally a round angel food pan, but I'm using a heart shape pan. I believe this is a 10 cup. I believe it is. This is a 10 cup. And I went ahead and I greased all the pan ahead of time. Okay? And now we're just going to put the batter into the pan. Try to put it as evenly as possible. Now, you're going to bake this at 350 degrees. And what I like about this, and it's kind of unique, is that you don't have to preheat your oven. You actually put this cake in a cold oven, then set it for 350. And then you need to watch it though, because it might take 60 or 90 minutes to bake up. Mine generally does come up right within that hour, but as we know, all ovens set up so differently. But you don't need to preheat your oven. Just put this in, like I said, your cold oven, then set it for 350, and then with your cake tester or your toothpick, you know, test it about, I check mine about 55 minutes or so, and if it comes out clean, then you know that the cake is baked. But it might take you that 60 to that 90 minutes. It's really you're gonna need to watch the cake and see how it develops for you, okay? I have one to show you that I have, but I actually made it in a traditional round pan. And then I went ahead and I just put a chocolate glaze over the top. You don't have to, this is optional. Some people like to just put powdered sugar, or just, you know, don't put anything on top. And then I went ahead and I put chocolate jimmies on the top. And let me get a knife because I want to cut into this to show you. Now you can also put a glaze on this if you just want a powdered sugar glaze with milk or water. So it really depends what you want to do. But, and there you have it. It's a very moist, light tasting pound cake with a little bit of chocolate glaze over it. Really tastes great with a cup of coffee or tea. Give this recipe a try, and if you like it, leave a comment because I'd like to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to Diane Lovetobake.